Today I want to talk to you about the power of consistency. You see, every great accomplishment in life is built on the foundation of small, daily actions. But let's be honest, there are days when it feels like the last thing you want to do is show up. That's when you've got to dig deep and remind yourself that your destiny isn't tied to how you feel. In the moment, it's tied to the choices you make consistently. Sure. Here's an expanded version of Keynote 1 without headings or an ending. Setting clear goals is the cornerstone of achieving any form of success. Without clarity, it's like trying to navigate to a destination without a map. Goals give you direction, purpose, and something to aim for. They help you filter out distractions and focus your energy on what truly matters. When you set a clear goal, it's like flipping on a switch in a dark room. It illuminates the path forward and reveals what steps you need to take to get there. Clarity not only makes the journey possible, but also more manageable. It's not just about knowing where you want to go, but understanding why you want to get there. When you take time to define your goals, it forces you to think deeply about what you value most in life. Are you working toward financial stability, building stronger relationships, or improving your health? Whatever the area of focus, setting a specific goal turns a vague desire into a tangible target. Vague goals like I want to be successful or I want to be healthy are hard to measure and even harder to achieve because they lack definition. But when you say, I want to save $10,000 by the end of the year, or I want to lose 20 pounds in the next 6 months, you're giving yourself a clear aim and a deadline to work toward. These specifics make all the difference. Once you've established your goals, the next step is to break them down into smaller, actionable steps. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you think about the big picture, especially if the goal seems far out of reach. But when you break it into smaller pieces, it becomes much more manageable. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, don't focus on the daunting task of writing 60,000 words. Instead, commit to writing 500 words a day. Over time, those daily efforts will add up to something substantial. This approach not only reduces overwhelm, but also creates a sense of momentum. Every small step you take brings you closer to your goal, and that progress fuels your motivation to keep going. Another crucial aspect of setting clear goals is making them realistic and achievable. While it's good to dream big, setting goals that are too ambitious can lead to frustration and burnout. For example, if you've never run a mile before, setting a goal to complete a marathon in 3 months might be setting yourself up for failure. A better approach would be to aim for running a 5K first and then gradually increasing the distance over time. Unrealistic goals challenge you without overwhelming you, striking the perfect balance between effort and achievability. Accountability also plays a significant role in achieving your goals. When you write down your goals, share them with someone you trust, or even create a vision board, it solidifies your commitment. Writing your goals down isn't just a symbolic act, it's a powerful psychological tool that reinforces your intent. Studies have shown that people who write their goals are significantly more likely to achieve them compared to those who don't. Sharing your goals with a trusted friend or mentor adds another layer of accountability. It creates a sense of responsibility to follow through, knowing someone else is rooting for your success. It's equally important to revisit and reassess your goals regularly. When you're clear on your goals, you know where to focus your energy and time. Goals that made sense 6 months ago might need to be adjusted as new opportunities or challenges arise. With your vision. For example, if your goal is to build a successful business, you might need to sacrifice some social events or leisure activities to focus on growing your skills and network. This doesn't mean you're giving up on your original goals. It means you're adapting to make your path forward more streamlined and efficient. Flexibility is key. Setting clear goals also gives you a sense of purpose and motivation. When you wake up each day knowing exactly what you're working toward, it ignites a fire within you. It gives you a reason to push through challenges and keep going, even when the journey gets tough. Without clear goals, it's easy to drift aimlessly, feeling like you're busy but not really making progress. But when you have a clear target, every action you take becomes intentional and meaningful. Let me know if you'd like me to continue refining or adding to this section. Creating a routine is one of the most powerful tools you can use to achieve consistency and progress towards your goals. A routine provides structure, predictability, and a sense of control over your time. It eliminates the guesswork from your day and ensures that the important tasks don't get lost in the chaos of daily life. When you establish a routine, you create a framework that supports your ambitions and sets the stage for success. It allows you to prioritize what matters most and ensures you're taking steady steps toward your objectives. At its core, a routine is about turning intentional actions into habits. It's not about rigid schedules or removing spontaneity from your life, but about building a consistent rhythm that aligns with your values and goals. For example, if you want to improve your physical health, incorporating a morning workout into your routine makes it less of a decision you have to make each day and more of a natural part of your life. By reducing the mental energy required to decide whether to act, routines make it easier to stick to your commitments. When you design a routine, another key aspect of creating a routine is understanding your natural energy levels and actions. Not everyone is at their best in the morning. Your entire day all at once can be overwhelming and unsustainable. The goal is to align your most important tasks one or two key habits when you feel most greatest impact on your life and begin integrating them into your daily schedule. If you're a night owl, you might schedule goals to advance your career. You might set aside 30 minutes each evening to learn a new skill or read industry-related materials. Tasks first thing in the day. These small, consistent actions add up over time. You maximize your productivity and set yourself up for success. Consistency and routine also requires a certain level of discipline and commitment. There will be days when sticking to your routine feels inconvenient or even impossible. Life is unpredictable, and disruptions are inevitable. However, the key is to maintain flexibility without losing focus on your long-term goals. If something comes up that forces you to deviate from your routine, don't let it derail your progress. Simply adjust, refocus, and get back on track as soon as possible. The strength of a routine lies in its ability to adapt to your circumstances while keeping you anchored to your priorities. One of the hidden benefits of creating a routine is the mental clarity it brings. When your day is structured, you eliminate the need to constantly decide what to do next. This frees up mental bandwidth for creativity, problem solving, and other high-level thinking. For example, if you have a set morning routine that includes exercise, breakfast, and planning your day, you start each day with a clear mind and a sense of purpose. This clarity allows you to approach your tasks with greater focus and efficiency. It's also important to build flexibility into your routine to account for unexpected events or changes in priorities. A rigid routine can sometimes feel restrictive or stressful, especially when life throws you a curveball. By allowing for some adaptability, you create a routine that feels supportive rather than burdensome. For instance, if you miss your morning workout, plan to fit in a shorter session later in the day rather than abandoning the habit altogether. Flexibility ensures that your routine works for you, not against you. Repetition is what transforms a routine into a habit. When you consistently follow the same actions day after day, they become second nature. Over time, you'll find that the effort required to stick to your routine diminishes, and the habits you've established begin to feel automatic. This is the point at which your routine becomes a powerful force for change in your life. For example, if you've made it a habit to spend an hour each evening working on a personal project, you'll eventually find that this time becomes sacred and non-negotiable, even on the busiest days. A routine also provides a sense of stability and grounding, especially during times of uncertainty or stress. When everything else feels unpredictable, having a set routine gives you something to rely on. It creates a sense of normalcy and control, which can be incredibly comforting. For instance, maintaining a consistent bedtime routine can improve your sleep quality and overall well-being, even during challenging periods. This stability extends to other areas of your life, helping you stay focused and resilient in the face of adversity. Focusing on discipline rather than motivation is a game changer when it comes to achieving your goals and maintaining consistency. While motivation can be a powerful spark that gets you started, it is often fleeting and unreliable. Motivation is driven by emotions, which can fluctuate based on circumstances, mood, or external factors. Some days you might wake up feeling inspired and ready to tackle the world. On other days, you may struggle to find even a shred of enthusiasm. Discipline, however, is the steady force that keeps you moving forward regardless of how you feel in the moment. Discipline is about making a commitment to yourself and honoring it consistently. It means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. This requires a shift in mindset from seeking instant gratification to focusing on long-term rewards. For example, if your goal is to improve your fitness, relying on motivation alone might work for the first week or two, but eventually the novelty wears off and excuses start to creep in. Discipline, on the other hand, ensures that you show up at the gym even when you'd rather stay in bed. It's the understanding that progress comes not from sporadic bursts of effort, but from consistent, deliberate actions over time. One of the keys to building discipline is creating a strong sense of purpose. When you have a clear understanding of why your goal matters to you, it becomes easier to push through resistance and stay committed. Your why serves as an anchor, reminding you of the bigger picture when distractions or doubts arise. For instance, if you're studying for a degree to provide a better future for your family, that purpose will motivate you to keep going, even when the coursework feels overwhelming. By focusing on the deeper meaning behind your actions, you build a foundation of discipline that is rooted in something more enduring than fleeting motivation. Another crucial aspect of developing discipline is setting realistic expectations. Many people fall into the trap of expecting perfection from themselves, only to become discouraged when they fall short. Discipline is not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. It's okay to have setbacks or make mistakes along the way. What matters is your ability to pick yourself up and keep going. Recognizing that discipline is a skill that takes time to develop can help you approach it with patience and self-compassion. Each small victory, no matter how minor, reinforces your ability to stay disciplined and strengthens your resolve. Routine and structure play a significant role in fostering discipline. When you establish a routine, you create an environment that supports your goals and minimizes distractions. For example, if you're trying to write a book, setting aside a specific time each day to write can help you develop the habit. Over time, this routine becomes ingrained and writing feels like a natural part of your day rather than an obligation. Discipline thrives in an environment of consistency and predictability where your actions become second nature. Accountability is another powerful tool for building discipline. When you share your goals with someone you trust or work with a mentor, it creates a sense of responsibility to follow through. Knowing that someone else is aware of your commitments can provide an extra layer of motivation to stay disciplined. This could be as simple as checking in with a friend about your progress or joining a community of like-minded individuals who share similar goals. The support and encouragement of others can help you stay on track and reinforce your commitment to discipline. Overcoming resistance is a common challenge when it comes to discipline. There will always be moments when you feel like procrastinating or giving up. The key is to recognize these feelings and take action anyway. One effective strategy is to start small. If the thought of completing a big task feels overwhelming, commit to working on it for just 5 minutes. Often simply starting is enough to overcome resistance, and you'll find yourself continuing far beyond those initial 5 minutes. By breaking tasks into manageable chunks, you make it easier to stay disciplined and maintain momentum. Discipline also requires a willingness to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term gain. This means making choices that align with your goals, even when they're not the most appealing options in the moment. For example, choosing to prepare a healthy meal at home instead of ordering takeout might feel inconvenient, but it supports your goal of improving your health. Over time, these small sacrifices add up, and the results become their own source of motivation. The satisfaction of seeing your progress reinforces your discipline and strengthens your determination to keep going. Ultimately, discipline is a mindset, a decision to prioritize your goals and values above temporary emotions or distractions. It's about taking responsibility for your actions and recognizing that the power to succeed lies within you. While motivation may come and go, discipline is a constant companion that will guide you through challenges and lead you to success. It's not always easy, but the rewards of staying disciplined far outweigh the momentary discomfort of pushing through resistance. Let me know if you'd like adjustments or further expansion. Eliminating distractions is essential for achieving focus and maintaining consistency in pursuit of your goals. In a world filled with constant notifications, endless to-do lists, and competing priorities, distractions are everywhere, threatening to derail your progress. They can be as subtle as checking your phone during a task or as pervasive as spending hours on social media or watching television. While these interruptions might seem harmless in the moment, they add up over time, robbing you of valuable energy and focus. By learning to identify and eliminate distractions, you can create an environment that supports productivity and helps you stay on track. The first step to eliminating distractions is to become aware of what they are and how they impact your day. This requires a level of honesty and self-reflection. Take time to evaluate how you spend your time and identify the activities, people, or habits that pull your attention away from your priorities. These distractions might be obvious, like excessive screen time, or more subtle, like multitasking or allowing interruptions during focused work. Once you understand what is diverting your attention, you can begin to address these distractions head-on. One of the most effective ways to minimize distractions is to create a dedicated workspace. Whether you're working on a personal project, studying, or building a business, having a designated area for focused work sends a clear signal to your brain that it's time to concentrate. This space doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be a corner of a room, a desk, or even a specific chair. The key is to make it a distraction-free zone where you can immerse yourself in your tasks. Clear away clutter, turn off unnecessary devices, and ensure the space is conducive to productivity. Technology is one of the biggest sources of distraction in today's world. While it can be a powerful tool for productivity, it can also be a major obstacle if not managed properly. Start by turning off non-essential notifications on your devices. Each ping, buzz, or alert can disrupt your focus and lead to wasted time. If you find it difficult to resist the urge to check your phone or social media, consider using apps or settings that block access during designated work periods. Additionally, try to limit your use of email and messaging apps to specific times of the day rather than constantly checking them. Setting boundaries is another critical aspect of eliminating distractions. This involves communicating your needs to others and protecting your time and energy. For example, if you're working from home, let your family or roommates know when you need uninterrupted time to focus. Establishing clear boundaries helps create an environment of respect and understanding, reducing the likelihood of interruptions. Similarly, learn to say no to requests or commitments that don't align with your goals. While it's important to be supportive and helpful to others, overcommitting can spread you too thin and pull your attention away from what truly matters. Another way to reduce distractions is to prioritize single tasking over multitasking. While multitasking might seem efficient, it often leads to decreased productivity and lower quality work. Shifting your attention between multiple tasks divides your focus and increases the likelihood of errors or oversights. Instead, commit to one task at a time, giving it your full attention. Not only does this improve the quality of your work, but it also allows you to complete tasks more quickly and with greater satisfaction. Time management techniques can also play a significant role in minimizing distractions. For instance, the Pomodoro technique, which involves working in focused intervals with short breaks in between, can help you maintain concentration and prevent burnout. By breaking your work into manageable chunks, you reduce the temptation to engage with distractions. Planning your day in advance, setting priorities, and allocating specific time blocks for each task can further streamline your efforts and keep you on track. Physical and mental clutter can be just as distracting as external interruptions. Take time to declutter your surroundings and organize your workspace. A clean and orderly environment promotes a sense of calm and focus, making it easier to concentrate on your tasks. Similarly, address mental distractions by practicing mindfulness or journaling. If you find your mind wandering or dwelling on unrelated thoughts, take a few moments to refocus and bring your attention back to the present. Lastly, it's important to recognize that not all distractions can be completely eliminated. Life is unpredictable, and unexpected interruptions are inevitable. The key is to manage these distractions effectively by staying flexible and adaptable. When something does pull your attention away from your work, acknowledge it, address it if necessary, and then refocus as quickly as possible. Building the habit of recovering from distraction strengthens your ability to maintain focus over time. Celebrating small wins is an essential part of maintaining momentum and staying consistent on the path to achieving your goals. While it's easy to focus solely on the big milestones or ultimate outcomes, recognizing the progress you make along the way can have a profound impact on your motivation and overall mindset. Small wins are the building blocks of larger successes, and acknowledging them reinforces positive behavior, boosts your confidence, and reminds you that your efforts are worthwhile. By taking time to celebrate these moments, you create a cycle of encouragement that propels you forward. One of the key benefits of celebrating small wins is the sense of accomplishment it brings. Every time you acknowledge a step forward, no matter how minor it may seem, you give yourself a reason to feel good about your progress. This sense of accomplishment fuels your motivation, making it easier to stay committed to your goals. For example, if your goal is to improve your fitness, completing a week of consistent workouts or mastering a new exercise is worth celebrating. These moments validate your efforts and show you that progress is possible, even if the ultimate goal still feels far away. Celebrating small wins also helps to combat the feeling of overwhelm that can accompany big goals. When you're focused solely on the end result, the journey can seem daunting and unattainable. However, breaking your goal into smaller, more manageable steps and celebrating each one as you achieve it makes the process feel more achievable. Each small win serves as a checkpoint, giving you a sense of progress and encouraging you to keep going. Instead of being intimidated by the distance to your goal, you can focus on taking the next step and enjoying the victories along the way. Acknowledging small wins isn't just about motivation, it's also a way to build confidence. Each time you achieve a small goal, you prove to yourself that you are capable of following through and making progress. This self-belief grows with every accomplishment, creating a strong foundation of confidence that can carry you through more challenging moments. For instance, if you're learning a new skill, mastering the basics gives you the confidence to tackle more complex tasks. Over time, these small victories accumulate, reinforcing your belief in your abilities and empowering you to aim even higher. Incorporating celebration into your routine also helps to maintain a positive mindset. The journey toward any significant goal is often filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. By taking time to celebrate small wins, you shift your focus from what's not working to what is. This positive reinforcement keeps you energized and motivated, even when the road gets tough. It's a reminder that progress is being made, even if it doesn't always feel immediate or dramatic. This mindset of gratitude and recognition for small successes can make the entire journey more enjoyable and fulfilling. There are many ways to celebrate small wins, and the method you choose will depend on your preferences and the nature of your goals. The celebration doesn't have to be elaborate or time-consuming. It can be as simple as taking a moment to acknowledge your progress, treating yourself to something you enjoy, or sharing your success with a friend or mentor. For example, if you've met a writing deadline, you might reward yourself with a favorite snack or an hour of leisure time. These small gestures of celebration reinforce the idea that your efforts are valued and appreciated. Sharing your small wins with others can also amplify the benefits of celebrating them. When you share your successes, you invite encouragement, support, and accountability from those around you. This sense of community can be incredibly motivating, reminding you that you're not alone in your journey. Whether it's a close friend, family member, or online group, having someone to celebrate with can make your victories feel even more meaningful and inspire you to keep going. Recognizing small wins also helps to create a habit of success. When you consistently celebrate your progress, you train your brain to associate effort with reward. This positive reinforcement makes it more likely that you'll stick to your habits and routines over the long term. For example, if you reward yourself after completing a productive workday, your brain begins to associate that sense of accomplishment with the effort you put in. Over time, this habit of acknowledging progress becomes second nature, making it easier to stay consistent and focused on your goals. Celebrating small wins doesn't mean losing sight of the bigger picture. Instead, it's about finding a balance between appreciating the present moment and staying committed to your ultimate vision. By celebrating along the way, you maintain a sense of joy and fulfillment throughout the journey rather than postponing happiness until you reach the final destination. This approach helps to sustain your energy and enthusiasm, making it more likely that you'll achieve your goals in the long run. Let me know if you need further refinements or additional details. Embracing failure as part of the journey is a crucial mindset shift that can significantly impact your consistency and long-term success. Many people fear failure and see it as a sign that they are not capable or that they should give up. However, failure is not a reflection of your worth or abilities. Rather, it is an inevitable part of growth. It is through failure that we learn valuable lessons, gain new perspectives, and build resilience. When you shift your perspective on failure and view it as an opportunity for growth, you remove the fear and hesitation that often prevent you from moving forward and making progress. The first step in embracing failure is to accept that it is a natural and unavoidable part of life. No one achieves success without facing setbacks, mistakes, or challenges along the way. Whether you are building a business, learning a new skill, or striving for personal growth, failure is a part of the process. The most successful individuals and organizations have experienced countless failures before achieving their goals. They did not let those failures define them. Instead, they used them as stepping stones to greater achievements. By accepting failure as part of the journey, you free yourself from the pressure of perfection and allow yourself to move forward with confidence. Instead of fearing failure, try to reframe it as feedback. When something doesn't go as planned, instead of dwelling on the negative emotions or disappointment, ask yourself what you can learn from the experience. What went wrong? What can you do differently next time? This mindset allows you to view each failure as a valuable lesson that brings you one step closer to your goal. For example, if you attempt to launch a new project and it doesn't succeed, you can analyze what didn't work, whether it was a lack of planning, poor timing, or an overlooked detail, and use that information to adjust your strategy moving forward. Each failure provides you with crucial data that, when used wisely, can lead to eventual success. Another powerful way to embrace failure is by separating your identity from your outcomes. When you tie your self-worth to your successes or failures, it becomes easy to internalize mistakes and view them as personal shortcomings. However, failure is not a reflection of who you are as a person. It is simply an event or experience that is part of the process of trying something new or challenging. By detaching your sense of self from your failures, you can approach them with a more objective mindset and avoid the negative self-talk that can hold you back. Instead of saying, "I failed, so I'm a failure," you can say, "I experienced a setback and I am learning from it." Resilience is another key aspect of embracing failure. The ability to bounce back after a failure is what differentiates those who ultimately succeed from those who give up. Resilience is built over time through repeated exposure to challenges and adversity. Each time you face a setback and choose to persevere, you strengthen your ability to handle future obstacles. Those resilient individuals are not discouraged by failure. They view it as a temporary setback, not a permanent roadblock. They know that the road to success is often winding, and they are willing to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear or difficult. The more resilient you become, the easier it will be to stay consistent in your efforts, even when faced with setbacks. Moreover, embracing failure helps to foster a growth mindset. When you see failure as an opportunity to grow rather than something to avoid, you open yourself up to new possibilities and greater potential. A growth mindset encourages you to believe that your abilities and intelligence are not fixed, but can be developed over time through effort and learning. This mindset makes it easier to stay consistent because it encourages persistence, curiosity, and the willingness to try again. People with a growth mindset are not discouraged by failure, but are motivated by the challenge of improving and mastering their craft. This is essential for building consistency as it shifts the focus from achieving a perfect outcome to the process of learning and growth. One of the most important aspects of embracing failure is understanding that it does not define your future. Just because you failed in the past does not mean that you will fail again. Every new attempt is a fresh opportunity, and every failure is a chance to start again with greater wisdom and experience. The key is not to dwell on past mistakes, but to take what you have learned and apply it moving forward. Consistency is not about avoiding failure, it's about continuing to show up and putting in the effort even when things don't go as planned. When you embrace failure as a natural part of the journey, you develop the resilience and mindset necessary to stay consistent no matter how many times you fall. The ability to embrace failure also promotes a healthier attitude toward risk. Many people avoid taking risks because they fear failure, but avoiding risk means avoiding growth. The most successful people are often those who are willing to take calculated risks and learn from the outcomes. They are not afraid of making mistakes because they know that each mistake is a step toward improvement. By embracing failure, you give yourself permission to take risks, experiment, and explore new possibilities without the fear of what might go wrong. This openness to failure creates an environment where growth, creativity, and innovation can thrive.